Hey guys, welcome back to Latin Chopsticks. So, 2 weeks ago, when my wife and I went to Naruto, we actually had an appetizer which wasn't shown in the video, but it is exclusively on our Instagram page, and it was actually Bao Buns. They sold some Bao Buns. I believe the inside, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, I believe the Bao Buns were pork. Nice crispy pork on the inside. No, I remember now. It was shredded pork, and on the inside it was like this very sweet taste. It was the same pork that was used for the barbecue ramen that my wife had. So after we ate that, we kind of were left wanting more of it because it was an amazing experience. I've had Bao Buns before, but those were actually really good. But it made me think. I'm like, hey, I wonder if there's a place that's actually dedicated to this in Orlando, to actually having a specialization in Bao Buns. So, I did some digging, I asked around, and we found two places here in Orlando called King Bao. So that's exactly where we're headed to right now. And we're really excited because I believe they have like 8 to 10 different types of Bao Buns. And it's something that they specialize in. And according to a few people that knew about it, the ones that told me that I should come and check this place out, it is one of the best Bao Buns you can get in Orlando. Now, I guess I'll have to judge that when we get there, because I will say that Naruto left the bar pretty high up there with the consistency and everything, and the seasoning and the fillings and the actual bun itself of how nice and soft it was. So we'll see how this place fares against that, and I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, we're finally here. We finally made it. We are at King Bao. I can already tell that this drive was definitely worth it. This looks amazing, delicious. They're freaking like twice the size each one that it was over in Naruto. The smell is incredible. But we're going to go ahead and dig in. I'm going to go through each one of them and try to see if I can figure out which one's which, so I can show you guys. But I ordered 5 different Bao Buns. I ordered a dessert bun, a dessert Bao Bun, and then we also went ahead and we ordered some tater tots. They have like 4 different options, so we went ahead and we got the one that had like shredded pork on it, because we were like, that looks amazing. So we definitely did that one. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, guys, because it looks absolutely delicious. Alright guys, so first things first, I believe this one is the Hogzilla, stick cut braised pork belly. It also has pickled carrots. Looks like it has some peanuts on the top. A little bit of cilantro to balance out the freshness from all of the fattiness. Look how juicy that looks. That looks absolutely amazing. Then we got this one here. I believe these are the Firecracker Shrimp Bow Bun. It has chili lime marinated shrimp, guacamole, lemon pepper aioli, and cilantro. We have this one here, which is the one that I really wanted the most as soon as I saw it. This is the Chicken Bao Bun. It's kimchi fried chicken. It has cucumber. Apparently that's sriracha mayonnaise, aioli, and it has a little bit of scallions, as you guys can see there on the top. This next one right here looked really good when we saw it. I believe that's going to be the Glenry Bao Bun, which is braised marinated Korean beef. It has Fiji apple salsa and then cilantro to top it off. And then the last one that we got is the What the Fish, the WTF. It's tempura white fish, kimchi slaw, yuzu tartar sauce, and scallions. Then here, we have the Porky Tacos. It's basically like nachos, but instead of nachos, it's tater tots, and it looks delicious. It has jalapeno, green onions, it has some mayonnaise, some cheese, some scallions, and the tater tots itself. You can tell they're freshly made. Look how juicy that pork is. And then on top here, we have the dessert, which is the Tarzan bun. Basically, this bun is a deep-fried Bao Bun. It has banana pieces, Nutella, topped off with powdered sugar. And that looks delicious. Alright guys, I'm pretty excited. But the first one we're going to go ahead and try is going to be the chicken Bao Bun. These are huge. They're absolutely immense. So you can tell how crispy that chicken is. A little bit of a close-up. You have that crispy chicken, perfectly browned in the deep fryer. You have this Bao Bun that just touching it in its own weight goes ahead and sinks in like it's a freaking cloud or a Tempur-Pedic pillow. You got the aioli and those crunchiness from the green onions. Let's go ahead and try this little beast out.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know if you want to go that long without showering. I said, I'll just shower with you with the hours.
That is amazing. The chicken is crispy, cooked to perfection. But then they have the inside lining lined up with cucumber. And it adds that touch of freshness when you bite down, like really strong taste of cucumber. And then immediately it gets overpowered with the spice from the sriracha sauce. You feel the crunch and the taste of the protein of the chicken. And it's all resting on that nice little pillow. And it all just comes together with just layers of flavor as soon as you bite into it. The inside is just cooked to perfection in that chicken. It is juicy. The aioli adds that extra layer of spice, and that cucumber just helps it align so much with the freshness. That is absolutely amazing. One of the best bao buns I've ever tasted. Alright guys, the next one we're going to try is the Firecracker Shrimp. Super excited to eat this one because the inside has the guacamole that we talked about, so it's going to be a really enriching when I bite down into it. I could already tell, but let's go ahead and bite into this. The first thing that comes through is that guacamole and cilantro flavor. But then you bite down into that nice crispy shrimp, and you get that really nice soft shrimp texture and taste. It's very creamy, and it's topped off with that mayonnaise, or really with the aioli that they put on top, along with the bun all together. It's just one delicious bite. Alright guys, next one up is the biggest bao bun out of all of them because it's stuffed the most. And this is the Hogzilla. This bun is huge. It's juicy. There's a bunch of pieces of pork. You got the pickled carrots, and then you have peanuts to top it off. This is the one that I'm actually really excited to try as well because it looks different than all the other buns I've ever had. Let's see if we can fit this one because this is just massive. This one's really good because it's actually sweet. So the pork itself is really, really juicy, but it's really sweet as well. Not only that, but it's almost creamy in the texture. When you bite it, it's just so soft and tender. On top of that, with the pickled carrots, it cuts through the fattiness of the pork and adds another division of flavor. You get this little cilantro leaf. I love cilantro. It adds that extra touch of freshness. And then the crunchiness from the peanuts just keeps on adding to the layers of textures on the bao bun, but this is one of the best bao buns I've ever done. Alright, next one up is going to be the what the fish. So this was another one that I'm interested in trying out because it's deep fried fish, and you have the scallions on top of the aioli as well, and then on the bottom it has some sort of, I would say almost like coleslaw that I really want to try out. See how the flavors together. Reminds me a lot of like fish and chips in most places. Alright guys, let's go ahead and try this one out.
But if it wasn't the first time coming in, I wouldn't have a problem.
That aioli, the flavor from it. It's very, it tastes almost like tartar sauce mixed with mayonnaise, but it's so freaking delicious. It just really makes this dish come together. And not only that, but the fish is nice, it's flaky. The outside is a very thin layer of batter, and not only that, but it's not greasy, it's not overly greasy or anything like that. And then that coleslaw kind of helps balance out that the fattiness from the deep fried fish in comparison to the rest of the bun. It just brings it all together. Alright, and the last one we have here is the Glen Bao, which is topped off with apple. I'm a little concerned because if the apple's raw, I really like it. If the apple's cooked, it's probably going to be really good since everything else is really good, but I might not like it too much because that's one thing I can't eat. Cooked apple is one plate I cannot stand. So let's go ahead and try it out. I wonder if the pork's going to be sweet, like the Hogzilla. Oh my god, that is amazing. That marinated Korean beef has so much rich flavor in it. It's not sweet, but then you get the sweetness and like basically the bit of a crunch of the apple. You add it to the texture of the shredded beef, mix it in with you know, the tomatoes and little peppers and stuff like that that it has, and it really comes together really, really well. It's delicious. What I'm really liking about this is they're really, really stuffed. It's not like a tiny little piece of meat and that's it. We're talking about like each one of these is just $3, that's it. And they just fill them to the brim with meat. They put like a giant chunk of fish or a giant chunk of chicken. Oh man, it is really, really filling. Alright, the next thing that's been here for quite a while is the freaking tater tots. I've been looking at these the whole time I've been eating because I love tater tots. I love potatoes. And it's just staring at me with like those big chunks of pork on it. And it just looks so freaking good. You have the pork, you have the jalapenos, you have the green onions, you have, I believe, some sour cream, and then on top of that you have some cheese. At least that's what it looks like. We're gonna go ahead and try out the first one. We're just gonna try the tater tot on its own. But then we're gonna go ahead and try out the pork as well, as best as we can. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to scoop with these. Let's go ahead and try that out. Alright, I was able to get a little bit of everything, so. They're fried perfectly. The outside, they're nice and dry, really, really crunchy, but the inside is still gooey and warm from the potatoes. It's like it's almost like mashed potatoes on the inside, and then the outside is a nice crunchy shell. Last but not least, we're gonna have the dessert, which is the deep fried Mao Bun, and then it's filled with Nutella, bananas, sliced bananas, and then powdered sugar on the top. I can't help it, the heat is getting to me. It's been, what, like 2 weeks since we had the spicy curry, and I haven't had anything spicy since. But alright, I'm actually kind of curious how I'm gonna grab this and take a bite out of it without it all falling apart. So I'm really curious how we're gonna go ahead and do this. Oh, it's nice because since it's fried, it's a lot more firm than the other one. See? Let's go ahead and try to see if we can take a bite, but you see the Nutella in there. Oh my god, I can already tell it's gonna be delicious. Go ahead and try a piece out. It's great because since the outside is deep fried and then they put powdered sugar on it, it almost tastes like a powdered donut on the outside. But then the inside you have that very fresh, creamy banana, balance it out with that Nutella that has that nuttiness of hazelnut and chocolate flavor into it. And it's a very solid dessert. This is absolutely delicious, guys. Oh my gosh. This is a place that I definitely would come back to. I guess this place was definitely worth it. I would 100% come back again. All that food that you saw us eat with the drinks, the water. My wife got a lemonade. All of that was like around 24 bucks, 23 bucks. That's it. So, I mean, it's a really affordable place. It's something that's really, really different that you're not going to have everywhere. But the flavor of the proteins, the meats, the fillings, and the buns themselves is just out of this world, guys. It'll blow your freaking mind. Biting into one of those is genuinely like flipping over and finally laying down on the cold side of the pillow in the middle of the night, guys. It's an amazing experience. You guys definitely need to come and check either one of their locations out. The one we are now is going to be in the comment section below, but they have 2 locations in Orlando if you look up the name. With that said though, thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate every single one of you. We really can't wait to show you what we have in store for next week. But please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button, and go ahead and share with your friends, and leave a comment of any places that you guys recommend that we definitely should check out here in Orlando. Well, you know, something that you've always wanted to see and you haven't had a chance to check out. With that said, guys, until then, let's just keep on eating.